I don't need to tell the audience here what's the biggest trend over the next decade. Everything is being connected. This is every object, every device, and when an object is connected, it fundamentally changes the nature of that object. New business models emerge. And this includes products and services, communications and commerce, online, offline. So we are living in an extremely connected world. And the power of the connection, once you understand it, and the intricacies of the connections, you can do a lot of things. But you need to understand this connection across people, places, and things. It's just not enough to have, I understand the devices in the device cluster. It's just not good enough to say, I understand a location, and I understand the places, or I understand people. Do you have an ID that's persistently identifies people, places, and things, connects them across in a universal graph with all the beautiful attributes hanging in, that helps you deepen your understanding? That's our mission at Neustar. We heard a lot of problems yesterday. One of our key tenets is, the more you understand the connections, the more you have a deeper understanding of the people, the places, and the devices. We feel like growth, customer acquisition, marketing, and values and outcomes that you're looking for in the marketing ecosystem, and the security, and the fraud prevention, and the trust graph, these are both sides of the same coin. You have the foundational deep understanding of the data that underlies, you can solve security problems as well as you can get the best outcomes from reaching and targeting the best customers. That's why our primary proposition is, to understand the connection, you need to understand the identity, the trusted identity, what we call the authoritative identity. I want to take a pause here. What do we mean by authoritative identity? And I've been at brands, large companies, where I bought hundreds of millions of dollars worth of data every year, right? This is from the ecosystem. I know a lot of people sell a lot of things. I've burnt my hands too. Some of you have experience buying that data that did not help you, right? Or you did not see the outcomes. And I've been there, done that. What is authoritative identity is, it is not probabilistic. It is not even deterministic. How many of you have subscription relationships that you have never updated the information? Great, I have great first-party data. I have a great source of data. But guess what? The data gets stale. We all know that, right? Having one first-party data is not good enough. Having hundreds of sources constantly corroborating, and the network effect of putting tens of sources corroborating the same point of data gets you the seat at the table. That's what we call authoritative identity. And that lets you have this deeper understanding of the customer. And again, when you connect people, places, and things, it's just not enough to look at unidimensionally. You need to look across this holistically. And this is a very key subject. And unless you understand this, unless you're able to understand the quality of the graph that you're getting, whether you're getting this holistically, you're not going to be able to solve the bigger problems that exist in the ecosystem and in the industry today. And this is why we're calling this concept connection science. What is this connection science? The problems that we have today, we really need to correlate, create the identity, and connect these identities to really create deeper meaning and context. You really need to connect and create this connected knowledge. And you do this by operating at, we have the security data exhaust because of the businesses that we're operating in. We have the DNS, we run 10% of the DNS traffic. And because of the sources and the nature of activity that we're in, people say, why does security and why does marketing belong together? It's because it's the same data that understands the connections and intercorrelations. Once you deeply understand that data, it's the same customer graph. On the other side, it's the trust graph helping you validate and authenticate and provide the services that you need.